Yeah, so we're at the end of the story. We're turning those volume knobs, giving them a good twist, and that's kind of, this is the end of Toko Chapter 0. I mean, do you know when Chapter 1's gonna come out?
Like I said, I don't. After we do Stargazers, which will be out in about a month.
Yep.
And that will be that's for those of you who don't know, that's a little game about polyamorous lesbians in space, which is going to be fun. After that, our next project is going to be Dizzy Hearts, which is something that we kickstarted in 2013 and still haven't finished. And then after that, we'll probably get back to Toko. I'm going to take some time as we work on Dizzy Hearts to do Toko, so it doesn't like linger and get stale. I'm going to keep it fresh and make sure that it stays up to date, even if it's not the main project we're working on. So that's my plan for, I guess, 2017. So.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a hell of a plan. I'm really excited for not only where Toko's going, but where you're going and where the whole group is going. Like, there's so much cool work being done in this space, and you know how much I care a lot about interactive fictions and really strong story games, and it's cool that there's groups of people out there that are making it happen, and not only making it happen, but having success in that.
Yeah.
Within these kinds of like very independent spaces. I mean, it's just rewarding for me to see good stories being able to continue, because I know just a couple years ago I've run into a lot of games that were in this situation at their kind of Chapter 0 states that were really good. Some of the best interactive fiction that I've gotten to see, no continuation. They didn't have the resources, they didn't have the funds, they didn't have the audience wasn't there yet for that kind of experience and that kind of style of play. And so seeing where things are at now, it's just like really endlessly rewarding for me.
Yeah. And I have mentioned this before, but we are going to do a kind of HD version of Toko, of Chapter 0. And it's going to be like 95% the same as this, but a bit more animation, a few corrections and tweaks to the narration and stuff like that. And that will hopefully be coming out soon.
Oh, that's cool.
Along with that, we'll have DLC voice acting. Since voice acting is really expensive and the game's only $5, we kind of need to have people pay a bit more for that. But
that's an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, it's just going to be like $1 or so to get that. I'm not sure the exact price yet, but
is the HD version? Is that an update to the game, or is that a
yes?
standalone?
It'll be free.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like if you have the game already, you'll get it for free, and if you don't have the game already, you'll buy it and you'll get the HD version instead of this.
That's
and you won't have to worry about like that one weird scene where Dean Cho is floating in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. That's the exact same path that Mid-Boss's Read-Only Memories has taken.
Yeah.
Was like,
that's a great game, by the way. If you haven't, if anyone listening out there hasn't played it yet, please play that. Like, it's amazing.
Yep, and in the next quarter, their fully voice-acted game will be coming out.
Yep.
And it's the same kind of idea where it's like, all right, pony up a little extra for the DLC, and that's what you get. I love it. It's just it's really smart.
We actually do have most of the voice acting done, so it shouldn't take too long. Hopefully soon we'll have the last couple characters finished, and then we will get on bringing that out to the world.
Well, that's the Reject Demon Toko. Let's see if I can flip all the way up to the credits before we get to the end here, because we just kind of went straight through this ending.
Right.
Toko and the Soul Breakers. There we go.
Fun fact, the name Perpetual Instant, which is one of the things Toko suggested, I actually got that from a random band name generator, and it just works so well. Like, I kind of am surprised that that actually isn't a band name yet, as far as I know.
Oh, right,
So,
here's
yeah,
our last scene with Aces High and Benny, and sweet.
Mm-hmm. And so there's more characters that we're introducing. For the record, if you have played this version, the HD version isn't going to add new characters or stuff, or it's not going to like change the story or anything. It's just going to be a bit of polish. So like, if you don't feel like you absolutely need to play the HD version to understand Chapter 1 or future stuff, if you played this, you're fine. But if you want to play it again, you have an excuse.
What's up with Benny?
Benny, I'm not going to say too much, but she is a pride demon, and she is quite possibly the strongest demon in all of Hell. If she's not the strongest, she is very close to it. And Bellatrix and Aces High are also very close to that title as well.
Right.
These three are the three in charge of all of Hell.
Bellatrix and Aces High look like their looks kind of tell you everything that you need to know, at least for this point. But there's something about Benny that's like really sticks out in this group.
Mm-hmm. Benny is very interesting, and she does a lot of stuff, and that's going to be coming up in later chapters. And so I guess she's like an equivalent to Ezekiel and Baba Yaga, as well as Bellatrix and Aces. So they have that going for them. And this also hints at some of the stuff that has happened at some point before the game. Like Bellatrix saying that she can't forget. What that means, we don't know yet.
We did it!
Yes, we did. And so, just what it is that Benny did, you'll find out eventually. But you can probably guess that Benny is not the greatest of demons. She is going to be an issue for Toko and everyone else.
Thanks,
she's
Hal.
Thanks. She is the one in charge of the Aranyas, the band we saw on the poster.
Yeah.
So that's going to come into play. And we have one last scene. There he is.
Yay! We did it. Yeah. We get a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I think, really sealed the deal, for me at least, where it was like, oh, there's so much we could do from this point on, and this is the after ending of Chapter 0 is like, perfect. We did it!
Mm-hmm. Like, we did, like, from the very beginning, we wanted to have a story where it wasn't like one of those, but we're both girls things where they just waffle for forever. And so, like, we did want them to be, like, definitely in a relationship by the end of the game. And, like, I generally like stories like that in general, because we don't see them very often. It's always the build-up to the start of the relationship, and maybe, like, the first date, or, like, the first act of sex or whatever. And then the story ends, usually. So I definitely liked having this setup where they get close pretty quickly, and the focus is now going to be on how their relationship evolves now that they're together.
Yes, and that's what I'm excited for.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more of Toko and Nadia's relationship as it grows. I want to see more Demons of Hell and jerk big butthead angels of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I want them all to talk broken. And I want them all to kick Toko's butt up and down all of the earth. But yeah, thank you so much for like asking me to help you with putting together a commentary for the Reject Demon Toko. It's just been a privilege to be able to share the last 2.5 hours. Just kind of picking your brain and seeing how where Toko and Nadia are inside your brains.
Yeah, I'm really glad to have had the chance to do this. It's been something like I've had all these things that I wanted to talk about for a while, and it was really good to have somebody who really went in depth with Toko more than anyone else I've seen so far be able to talk to me about this. So thank you very much for having me.
And just to close things out, Lupiesoft, you guys are doing a lot of amazing stuff. Where's a good place to find you guys?
Probably the easiest place is to check the Lupiesoft Twitter. That's at Lupiesoft. And we do have a website, lupiesoft.com. And if you want to give us money,
yes,
and you don't feel like buying our game, you can go to patreon.com/Towsim. And
thanks, Towsim.
Yes. Please pledge to him. He deserves it. And I do get money from that as well as the rest of the group. So it's not just for him. It's for all of Lupiesoft. So please, 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 especially if you watch this through Let's Plays and you haven't actually bought it yourself, I would encourage you to consider giving $1 to the Patreon. It's monthly donations and all that. So please consider doing that. Or buying the game, or buying some of our other games like Menagerie, which has been out for about a year now, and that's going to be getting some DLC too. I can't go too far into that, but it's going to happen. Just so you know, that's that one is very, very erotic and pornographic, and it's fine with that. But
nice.
Just if like that's the thing people are uncomfortable with, then just so you know, and that's not something you have to go for. We also have.
I won't be recording it on YouTube, but.
The
that doesn't mean I won't be there.
Yeah. Stargazers is coming up. That's going to be released on November the 4th. So a little less than a month of us recording this. It will be. It will have both an adult and a all ages version.
Oh, that's
so you're welcome
awesome.
to have. Yeah, welcome to go for either. And so like. It's available for pre-order on Manga Gamer, although I think it might only be the adult version right now. So,
all right.
So we do have plenty of games for you to buy right now. If you already have Toko or have seen it too much and you don't feel like buying it, you can also maybe buy a gift for a friend. It's on itch as well as Steam. So if you want, like, I know some people were concerned, like they don't want it showing up in their Steam thing, so like because it has a bit of sexiness to it,
right?
So
yeah,
if you want, you can get it on itch, have it not connected to Steam. That's your option. Same price, $5.
It's like ordering some movies in the hotel. You might not want that to go to your bank,
right?
But it's video game version of that,
right?
Lovely. Well, oh, and what if people want to contact you? Just like
Twitter
to talk more
is,
about Toko, more about this, more about writing and making video games.
Yeah, my Twitter is Peppertsuki, PEPPERTSUKI, as in the Japanese word for moon. And I do have an itch page that I think is linked on my Twitter. And I do have some games of my own that people can check out. That's probably the easiest way to reach me. So please contact me there if you want. Tell me that you found my Twitter through this video, and we can talk, and I will do my best to answer your questions.
Awesome. Thank you again, Colleen.
Thank you.
And let's get Toko and Nadia to do it.
We'll see what they do. Maybe they'll do it so hard they change the world.